Prince of Darkness is dead. I just woke up to this news and shed a few tears and quickly wiped them off and wiped them away because in life everything revolves around circumstances, and unfortunately those that have obviously been following the band since its inception, or before. I wasn't not like I was born when Black Sabbath was founded. Just adding to their fucking legacy, their longevity, their immortal place in all of this shit we call fucking rockin' and rollin', heavy metal, thrash, death, extreme music. I do not give a fuck, and I'll go out on a limb to say that Black Sabbath was the fucking pioneer, was the big bang of extreme music. And elitists that love and only listen to technical death metal, and they live in that little bubble or whatever, tech death, gore, grind, whatever the fuck. They live in that bubble, and that in itself is its own sickness. But that's fine. That's their thing. But some people like to trash on Black Sabbath because it makes them feel like an edge lord, or like they're some, like they're the best thing since sliced bread because they're making such a statement, such an asinine statement. But that's fine. Um, it's just the days finally come, and I don't mean to say that as some heartless sack of shit, but like a lot of us knew that Ozzy wasn't in the best of shape for years now, and he's off into the universe, giving back what was once the universe. Is you borrow, we all borrow these elements from the universe, and we only get to borrow them for a certain amount of time, and then we pass and we leave our mortal shells, but we give our elements, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, your carbon-based anatomy. We give it back to the universe because it was never ours to begin with. And Ozzy Osbourne is just the epitome of legendary. Even people that don't listen to this music, this devil worshipping, heavy metal, extreme music, whatever you want to call it, or branch it off into death metal and thrash metal and all the stuff that it is now. But even people that don't listen to this music, or that aren't, passionate, extremely passionate about, just heavy metal music in general, and its inception and its roots and its history, even people that don't like this music, they know Ozzy Osbourne. They know who the Prince of Darkness is. You put on any Black Sabbath song and you know who it is. You recognize the voice instantaneously. That in itself is fucking legendary. That's pioneer. That's fucking legacy. That's fucking eternal. That's rest in power until the end of fucking time, for as long as time stretches out into this fucking universe, bro. Honestly. And it's a friend of mine sent me a text and he's like, "Sorry, bro, I know we were just going off about Ozzy, and what are the odds you're just going off about him? Like, 3 days ago, we were at a little get together, little party with some friends that we haven't chilled and hadn't seen each other in a while, and I had a few beers and some liquid encouragement, and I just started going off about Ozzy Osbourne, and I was like, as soon as you hear this motherfucker, what do you listen to this music or not? Or you like heavy metal music, or a fucking normie, which at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about their opinions anyway? But any fucking Joe Blow schmo, like, as soon as you hear Ozzy Osbourne's voice, you know who that is. And I was just going off on this rant about, like, that's fucking legendary, that's iconic, that's being immortalized, and heavy metal music, and what heavy metal music should be all about. And I was just going off about legacy and stuff. And it's just unfortunate that 48 hours later, I get the news from him that Prince of Darkness is no longer amongst the living. And it's a sad feeling, but we'll just have to dive into the void for as long as it takes and just come out of it that much more revitalized, appreciative, understanding of our own mortality on this planet. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we're all sharing this planet together. And people tend to forget that. And nobody else matters but themselves within their own mind. And then it becomes this poisonous rabbit hole of going down this cancerous ego trip, and you forget about everyone else around you. But no one does it alone in this world. You need people to connect your phone calls. You need people to cook your meals. You need people to fix the fucking electricity when the lights go out. And, people think that, they can get through life alone, but no one does anything alone. And so, yeah, just a short little tribute video to the man, the fucking legend, the icon, Prince of fucking Darkness. He's no longer amongst the living, but he lives. He's immortalized through his body of work with Black Sabbath. And then, bro, not only do you have Black Sabbath, bro, and then, like, when he went solo, and, like, bro, right now I'm just gonna listen to Diary of a Madman and just cry like a bitch, bro. You know it. I'm not gonna be able to help it. But when those songs kick in off Diary of a Madman, I'm just gonna start bawling like a fucking bitch, and it's sad, and it's a bit morose, but it's also beautiful, because now those songs are just, if they were already like, just has so much meaning and history. Now that he's passed, and then just to go back and listen to those albums, what he left behind for all of us to hear until our own dying days, and that's beautiful. That's magical. That's all I can really say, man. Just rest in power to the Prince of fucking Darkness, the one true fucking king, and this whole fucking thing that we call fucking heavy metal. Hands down, it's not even a fucking debate. That's all I got to say about that. My favorite album by Black Sabbath. After giving it some long hard thoughts, I was like, the energy, the songwriting, the delivery, everything on Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is just like, it's just almost magical. That was probably be my favorite Black Sabbath album. It is. A close second would probably have to be Master of Reality, just because of the song Into the Void, bro. That song's just fucking... You read the lyrics to Into the Void, and you're convinced that, like, Ozzy took so much fucking LSD or whatever the fuck, and he traveled forward into time, and he, like, saw what SpaceX and fucking Muskie were gonna be doing with rockets and all this kind of shit, and sending rockets into space. And every time I hear Into the Void, I'm like, oh, Ozzy was on some fucking trip. He was on some kind of thing, and he saw into the future, and he fucking wrote this fucking song because it's happening. It's happening. And just read the lyrics to Into the Void. Read every lyric. Read the lyrics, and I'll see what I'm talking about. Rocking everybody feels so into the night sky, they blow. Pumping metals in the atmosphere. It's just, that song's like, that song's goated. It just is. Into the Void, that song's fucking goated for fucking life, bro. Like, that song, if that song don't get that neck cracking, like, that song don't get that neck cracking, bro, you're a fucking poser. But anyway, I don't want to use that word. Anyway, back to, but yeah. The reality of the motherfucking situation is that the Prince of Darkness is dead. At 76 years old, I believe, which is more than in my opinion, that's more perfect time to check out. I mean, especially if you're dealing with all these medical issues and just your body's giving up on you. I mean, why prolong the inevitable and just go off into the cosmos and just rest in eternity? Can't think of a more beautiful send off. At least Ozzy had that last concert. A concert that I still haven't seen. I have my own mixed feelings about that kind of stuff, and sometimes I just prefer to love things for what they were and not love them for what they are. But it's not. I'm not trying to be a hipster. I'm not trying to. I still haven't seen that concert. I will. Now that this has happened, I will check it out eventually. But I'm in no rush. That's just me. That's just my opinion. That's just the way I view and see these kind of things as they unfold into the final chapters of a person's legacy or whatever it may be. But that's just me, bro. You love it, have at it. That's about it. I mean, my favorite albums, again, just before I end this video, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, number one. Right behind it is like Master of Reality. I mean, fuck, I mean, come on, bro, come on. Just because Into the Void, that song, that's a fucking closer, bro. Obviously, Paranoid. I mean, Electric Funeral. I mean, it's a plethora of just. I mean, they're self-titled, bro. I mean, Black Sabbath self-titled 1970. Like, I still hear like the track, and it's like, oh no, please God help me, dun dun, and like it still crushes me. It still gives me chills. Like Ozzy's delivery on the self-titled, bro. Like he's that kind of music, bro. Like it's immortalized. It's eternal. Because music back that kind of music, it would take you on a journey. It would take you on a trip. It would take you on a fucking you'd be out of your body and you'd be in that story. You'd be in that picture that the band was all four of them. You know, Ozzy, Iommi, everybody, Ward, Butler, all of them. They're just painting this beautiful picture, but you're not seeing it, you're hearing it. And through hearing it, it's engaging all five senses, and you're on that journey, bro. You're on that fucking just heavy fucking metal ride, and it's just no band is ever gonna do what Black Sabbath has done. Even if you're a hipster and you think they're overrated and they're boring and they're slow, and that's fine. That's fine. It's America. Have an opinion, but know that your opinion is gonna make you look like a jackass. Just know that much. But it's fine. It's fine. And Black Sabbath is immortal. They're immortalized, bro. It's just the way it is. No one's ever gonna take that fucking crown. Heavy lies the crown. And no one's ever gonna take that away from Iommi and Ozzy Osbourne and that crew that started it all. That four piece that started it all. And released that debut self-titled album in 1970, bro. History is history, bro. And you can try to rewrite it all you want, but it's set in stone. It's just the tone, the guitar tone on that self-titled Black Sabbath is just so fucking crunchy and just pure thickness and evilness, and just Iommi's just a riff master. I mean, come on, that guy just writes riffs. They just flow out of his body. It's amazing. It's insane. But that's about all, and I'm gonna miss you, bud. Your legacy will live on until the end of fucking time. Rest in power, Ozzy motherfucking Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness. Gone, but never forgotten. You're eternal out into the ether, my friend. Out into the ether, and you're forever eternal. Thank you. Thank you, Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you.